I had the chance to sit down yesterday with Bharti Enterprises founder and chairman and the executive chairman of OneWeb, who told me about his company's efforts to use satellites in space to bring connectivity to everyone on Earth. We'll bring you that interview now. Take a listen. Sunil, when the world went into physical lockdown, technology saved it. That allowed us to get on with life as we knew it. You're on a mission to connect the other half of the world that's not connected yet. What's the plan?
Yeah, so you're very right. I mean, when this pandemic hit and you saw the further, evidence of stark divide between those who are on the internet and those who are not, and it became painfully sort of clear to everyone that you don't have time to waste now. You need to get to them somehow. And if you really look at, I've been in this industry for 25, 27 years, you can't take fiber to them. Fiber is not even available in most of the cities today. It's still being rolled out. You can't take radio networks, which is really a great source of connecting people. You can't go to deep rural, you can't go to places in Africa, parts of India. Forget even parts of the US and doesn't have proper broadband coverage. So what could you do? The satellite has been there for a long period of time. They are far away at 36,000 kilometers, slow in speed, can give you some basic internet, email and all. But in today's world, you need to have videos, you need to be on a Zoom call, on a Teams call, emergency responses. You needed a faster internet. And for that, we have come out with this LEO constellation, which does just precisely that.
So that startup that you have is OneWeb. The plan is to eventually launch 300,000 satellites into space for you to do what you want to do. What's the time frame? What's the timeline? You talk about being in a hurry.
So we have chosen to be at the 1,200 kilometers. So OneWeb's mission is very clear. You need to be in every square inch of the world, whether it's land, water, ocean, mountains, jungles, deserts, wherever. And for that, we need about 650 odd satellites, which will cover the whole globe with a capacity which is about 1.1 Tbps. Strong capacity, big capacity, but of course not enough. We'll have to then eventually go and augment that capacity later on. So out of that, approximately 350 satellites are up already. So we are beyond the halfway mark. Another 200 and some odd satellites have to go. Every month, about 35, 36 satellites are going up. So I would say by April, May of next year, our job would have been done to provide connectivity to the entire world. Already 50-degree parallel, which is Alaska, Greenland, UK, Nordic countries, Arctic, is already covered 24/7. We are demonstrating, showing people what it can do, and so far the results are fantastic.
Are there challenges, especially in terms of regulation? If you take a look at a country like India, it is highly regulated, highly sensitive.
Well, I was just on a call with the government authorities. We have filed for applications. It is painfully slow, but I think the Prime Minister of India has adopted space as one of the next frontiers where India should be a big player. Thankfully, India has already been ahead in satellite manufacturing, rocket launches, but they also want to ensure that the space communications is having a prestigious position within the Indian ecosystem. Things have started to move now. There's a new body set up dedicated to get all the bottlenecks out of the way. So we are hoping that India will greatly benefit from OneWeb, given its terrain is so vast and there are a lot of rural areas, Himalayas, and the deserts. So I would say by June, July, when we are ready, India will be more than ready.
Speaking of who you're targeting, you have a competitor, Starlink, deep pockets, also looking at connecting rural India. Can you give us a sense of the profile of the people you're targeting?
So our strategy is very clear. We are B2B, and then it goes to C. What does that mean? We will sell our capacities to local telecom operators, other service providers or system integrators, and they in turn will sell to wherever they want to sell. I am one of the largest mobile companies in the world, so I know you can't compete with a radio network with a satellite operation. So wherever there's a radio present, I have no role to play. Wherever they don't have radio or it's unviable, I have a big role to play. So imagine there's a deep rural village which is currently not having any coverage. The mobile operators can put up a tower, but how do they bring the traffic back? There's no fiber, there's no way you can put 20 hops of microwave. So you backhaul through satellite and bring it back to the main switch. So we are going to provide them cellular backhaul. There's a critical installation in Himalayas for military, for army, for weather reporting. It's not connected today. We'll be able to connect it. So we have our use cases which are very distinct and different from the mobile operators. Starlink has earlier decided to go and compete directly head-on with the customers. We believe they have to shift their strategy. We're already hearing news now that they would like to tie up with the mobile operators. Sensible thing to do. We both can compete and thrive in the market.
What's your view of space? Increasingly, the world is looking to space to solve the problems on Earth. 5-10 years down the road, what would space help us do here on Earth?
So one, of course, starting with the communication. What you can't do on the ground will be done through space. Future telecom networks, broadband networks, which have universal approach and access, will be all through space. There's no question. Then, of course, there is the issue of conquering the space in a variety of ways. Going and colonizing Mars. I mean, these are not, sci-fi stories or comic book stories anymore. They're becoming realities. People are living on space stations, going and experimenting how to live outside in the outer space. Last 3 big launches have happened where people have gone up, enjoyed the space and come back alive and enjoying that experience. So you'll have space tourism, you will have colonization of space, you will have a lot more space stations, and then exploring minerals, metals, life on other planets. I think that's the ingenuity of human beings. You want to do more, and if you go back and see the inventions that have happened, sometimes you wonder, gosh, who was this person who was doing it 40, 50, 60, 100 years back? I think 100 years from now, people will say those who took the leadership position in space today finally opened the frontiers in the outer space.
And do you see India playing that role in contributing to the development of the space industry? You've talked about how Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on board.
Yeah, not only that, India is celebrated as one of the 4 or 5 nations which has the capacity to, deal with its own space program. U.S. has always been there, U.S., Russia, France within the EU constellation, China, and I would say India. Now more and more countries are wanting to be in that space. I can just sort of give you what Prime Minister Boris Johnson said to me when we started the journey on OneWeb, that coming out of Europe, UK now needs to be in the space race. And one area where your country is significantly ahead of us is space. It's a first-rate space nation, making its own satellites, making its own rockets, and regularly launching various objects into space.
And the vision for OneWeb 5-10 years down the road?
We would have done Gen 1, provided basic connectivity to everybody in the world. By 24-25, we will have Gen 2 satellites up in the space, which will have new payloads. Could be, thermal imaging, could be weather forecasting, could be critical dual-use military applications. All that is being planned for various governments. And plus, it will add 10-15 times more capacity for telecommunications because digital need is rising. And I think that's what we'll provide. That program, incidentally, is not just a dream. The work has started now.